Alright, back out here this morning. Tim came Saturday and finished clearing those little trees back there in that corner and got those burnt. So this morning we're gonna finish cleaning up everything and get it all graded out. I'm going back here to this back corner. I'm gonna dig a hole and bury that ash pile. Just pretty much finish stripping all the roots and mess off and pushing them down here on the low side and getting this lot graded out. Like I say, I brought the roller, we'll grade over the road and get that rolled in as well. So digging down, I've kind of figured out why it's so soft. About 4 feet down, I hit this layer of like real hard, almost like a chalky dirt. The machine won't even hardly dig it. So that's what's happening, is the water is seeping down and hitting that layer and then not able to penetrate through it. So it just kind of lays on top of this layer of dirt, causing the top 3 to 4 feet to be saturated. But I'm going to dig on through it. That way I can get some good cover over these ashes when I push them into the hole, and just use this and fill in this lower side. We'll take, when we skim over the lot, push a little topsoil over top of it, all will be well. Put them a little down here. To spread out, it'll only be about a foot thick. So just raise this corner up a little bit. It's kind of low. As I'm digging, I'm trying to go ahead and spread it as I go. It doesn't make sense to put it in a pile and then have to spread it out afterwards. You're just moving dirt twice. If I kind of spread it out as I'm digging here, all I've got to do is just run over with the dozer and it'll be on grade for the most part when I'm done. about the moment the wind is blowing that way, I'm going to try to rake those ashes into the hole here. It's going to get very dusty and make a good video. And for those that asked, the reason I did not burn in a hole is because it would be full of water by now. Just to clarify that. about that. Luckily the wind's blowing good in that direction, so it's taking it away from me. Everybody usually asks why I don't spread this out. Well, one reason is it's too damn dusty, and the next reason is there's a lot of crap that's still unburnt in there. Well, that's the last thing you really want, is a bunch of chunks of wood and sticks and roots, logs that aren't burnt, spread out all over your farm here. So what I think I'm going to do is get on that side over there. This swinging is not really working too well, and just take the back of the bucket and push it over into the hole. That way I'm a little farther back, because when the ashes go in the hole, you can tell that they go down and then they mushroom cloud out. I'm gonna get a couple bucketfuls and chunk in there to kind of make it a little easier to be able to push that and make a lot of dust here really, really quick. Can't quite see what I'm doing, but you kind of get a feel for it. Okay, I think it's about time to abandon ship here in high speed. Turn, 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 and go. Good thing is the boom's gray, so you can't tell if there's dust on it. But I'm sure it'll rain. It rains every day here, so it won't take long to wash it off. Tim's getting that slicked up. It's looking good. Once I get this mess out of the way, then he can work on this. I think I can just kind of do this right here and get it a little bit closer to where it needs to go. Other than this stuff is like baby powder in a hurricane. Take some of this right here and use it kind of as a broom. So what's happening is all that dry ash is pushing in between the bucket teeth, which, you know, 12-inch gap there. It's not cleaning up very good, but this should kind of sweep it, and it is. Grapple full and put right here. I'll push that right to where it needs to go. Alright, let me get this pushed closer and I'll take a video as it starts to go into the hole, because now it's about to get really dusty. Push, push. There's enough old roots and sticks in there, it makes it a little difficult to push. everything's grading out nicely. Got everything bladed off right here. Working on that last front side up there. All the way to the corner here. So this should be a nice area back here. Once it's all done and seated, the barn or the house or whatever they're going to build is built. So he's up there pushing that down to the lower side. Since it's got a lot of dirt roots in it, I'm going to take the excavator and just kind of rake it out along the tree line, and we'll be good to go. And here is everything done where the driveway turns in. I got to roll the track marks out. But the road comes down here, goes down and around. I'll walk down there and show you the house lot. So the driveway will come down here, come on down here and around the curve. They wanted a curve in it so you can't be able to see back here from the gravel road. So we cleared out. There was a little trail here before, as you saw when we started. It was only, wide enough to drive a pickup down, but we cleared it about 35 feet wide, because it will grow in over time. Right now it looks wide, but once these trees start growing, all the branches will start going out for the sunlight, and it'll start looking a little tighter, and it'll kind of look like a tunnel through the woods later on in life. But it comes down here and curves around, and I'll walk down here and show you where it ends up at the house lot. So like I showed standing up there, driveway comes around the curve down here, and we stopped it short. They don't know exactly where they want to put the building yet. It's probably going to be a, gosh, what did he say, 60 or 80? I think it was 60 by 125 or something. Big garage with living quarters on both ends. Will be a father and son. The father just wants to have, they're going to start traveling a lot, so he wants a spot to be able to park. He either had a big camper or RV, and then have a little living quarters in one end. So they're going to do that building somewhere on this ridge. So not knowing where that's going to be, we just kind of stopped the road right here and just did a little turnaround. So you could tell that's where the fire pile was. Everything's still really wet, but we just bladed off with a dozer. Let it dry out some. Once the building's done, come in here and finish grade everything and let it be. But yeah, it's open now. There's a lot of work clearing all those little sweet gum trees. There's a lot of trees. So actually those are the thinnest ones. The ones down here you couldn't even see through them. But they were shooting for about 2.5 acres, and I believe we have every bit of that. It's a good little ways across there. All right, we're gonna load up, head off to another job.